Must be one technical issue.
We're all
Shake and make it, pull it back.
Oh my god.
Come on and get some, boys. In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake and make it, pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. Come on and get some, boys.
Heck, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?
Like a spider monkey.
There it is. We made it. We made it. Hey, if you remember the old school Lords of the Long Box with Tim, it was you never knew what time it was going to start. So we're kind of bringing that back accidentally. There was some miscommunication and stuff in the back, like voter fraud or whatever happening. So it's all good. We made it. I'm Gabe here at Lords of the Long Box. It's a dude show, and I wouldn't want to do this with any other fellow bald dude than my man Marty over there. What's up, Marty?
What up, Gabe? I appreciate it, my fellow bald brother. And bald is beautiful. Bald is back. We're gonna go bald hard tonight. So
we're going bald deep.
You're going balls deep tonight. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. I am back. My apologies for not being here last week. But I am back here, and you know what? I apologize when I'm not on the show and I can't make it for whatever reason. I feel like I'm letting you guys down, and especially letting, Lady Laura down. And I don't ever want you guys to think I'm letting you down. That's so my apologies for not being here, but I'm here this week. I'm back. Guess what? Halloween is coming up.
Yeah.
Happy All Souls Day. Happy Samhain. Happy Day of the Dead. My Spanish is horrible, so I'm not even going to try to attempt to say that. But nevertheless,
gato en los pantalones. Yes.
Oh, thank you, Gabe. Whatever you said.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, man. And nevertheless, and All Hallows Eve, man, is coming up. So it's fun. It's exciting. There's going to be a lot going on. I know with you and your families, if you have kids, trick or treating, whatever you guys are doing out there, please be safe. Please be very, very safe out there. Enjoy yourself nonetheless. And thank you for joining us. As always, we hope to bring you a great show, an interesting show. Due to some of the technicalities, I've not seen this list yet. So this is kind of a surprise to me as it comes up. So I've not got a chance to see this. So it's going to be a good show. It's going to be good.
We're all experiencing this together. And that's what Lords of the Long Box is all about, right? We're bringing people together. People, like you said, there's Halloween going on. Hope everybody has fun Halloween with their kids. Make sure you check their candy because there's some crazy people out there. Somebody might stick an exclusive variant in their candy. So make sure you check for evil, crazy stuff like that, right?
Yeah, very much so.
All right. So with that said, let's just do a DJ intro.
Okay, let's do it.
We'll pick a nice
Get
short
a good
here.
one. Get a good one, man.
We'll get a good one in here.
Yeah.
Let's get some. We're going to be talking about some ladies tonight, so let's do
Okay.
some DJ lady style.
Sounds good.
I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body.
All right.
Back
There
to
we
you.
go, everybody. That's right. That's right. All right. So we got this going on. This is going to be a good time today. Was I playing Call of Duty? Yes. Is that why we're late? No.
No.
No. But I am playing some Call of Duty. If you guys want to play some Call of Duty, let's do like a Lord of the Longbox clan. We can make like a Lord of the Longbox clan.
Oh.
So we could do some Call of Duty, put Lord of the Longbox,
Dude.
LOTLB on
Yeah.
our little clan tag or something like
Dude,
that. That'd be cool
I
and
love me some Call of Duty, man.
Yeah.
I would so get in on that, especially like a team competition. Kind of make a man.
fun.
I
Excellent.
was like, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be fun. I just want to
Yeah.
shoot people. That's all I play Call of Duty for.
There you go.
I just downloaded the multiplayer version of the new Black Ops, and that's what's happening. So
It's great
Right
stress
on.
relief, brother.
yeah. Speaking of stress relief, everybody, let's go and get into today's show. Let me get these comments down out the way. My boy Black Crown's holding it down for us. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
So top 10 list this week, ending was October 28th yesterday.
Yep. 28.
So for those of you might be new to the show, welcome. Thanks. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're first time here. But this is the top 10 of Cover Price's top 10 of the week. This is all based on aftermarket sales. So if you're like,
Aftermarket.
"Well, this book sold so much, how come it's not on the list?" Well, this is aftermarket. This is what people have bought online, not what you bought at the local comic book shop.
That's
not
right.
what local comic book stores bought from the distributors. This is the pass through of onto the aftermarket of things. So all those numbers that we're going to be talking about is aftermarket numbers. This is going to be a fun time today. All right. So let's do this.
Do it, man.
Let's do it. All right. So first up, everybody, number 11. It's a top 10 list, but we always have a little runner-up. Didn't quite make it on the list, but let's give it some love and let's give it some appreciation. And that is Venom number 3. This is the regular cover from my boy Ryan Stegman. This came out June of 2018. I wonder why this is on the list this week. Well, let's find out. So the steady stream of still images and tidbits of information regarding Null has held fans over until Venom: The Last Dance dropped, holding interest leading up to its release. As of this writing, the film has been out for 4 days, and so far, fans haven't exactly gotten what they wanted.
Oh, man.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if that's a spoiler.
I have
but,
not
you know,
either. I have not either. So, okay. It's not sounding good so far. But you know what? I'm going to be my own judge, right?
Let's do it. Yeah, exactly. Still an easily accessible film like Venom just dropped and helped introduce one of the coolest modern villains to a whole new generation of fans and hopefully new comic book readers, some of which immediately hit the aftermarket looking to secure that coveted first appearance of Null.
Mhm.
And that's right here at Venom number 3. 35 copies sold that we tracked. That's a 7-day growth of 7%. High sell still at about $248 for the CGC 9.8. And current near mint raw, if you want a raw dog, boys and girls, $123 for that raw dog Venom number 3. Oh yeah,
123 raw dog.
123 for a raw dog.
This has always been a key book, anyways, for the cover, and so this doesn't surprise me that it's up on as a runner up, especially with the movie releasing. But I really thought that this would be up there a little bit higher, to be honest.
I mean, I get it, but wait till you see some of the stuff that we have on the list coming up. All the Venom hype, all the Null hype, that was over the last couple of weeks, especially when they dropped that final trailer that just whet everybody's appetite for Null.
Yeah.
And everybody went just Null crazy, like, oh, hell no. All over the back issue market for the first couple of weeks here. And you can see how that's kind of fallen off. It's kind of leveled out. According to this, people didn't get what they wanted out of Venom 3, whatever that means. If you've seen it, you might know. If you haven't seen it like me, I'm not exactly sure, but I can only guess. So,
I think, even with that, you're absolutely right, Gabe, but even with this cover, I think this cover is going to maintain. It may not be what we're fetching right now, but I think it's going to be, it's going to go back to what it held before and stay that steady.
No, I agree. I think this is going to end up being an evergreen kind of key book. Like, this can end up being along the lines of like Black Suit Spider-Man. Now, I'm not saying the same prices maybe, but I think the idea of like it being coveted and people wanting it for their collection because it's the first appearance of a major villain.
Sure.
This is still, I think it can end up being that evergreen book that's going to go the distance. I don't think it's going to stay at these prices. Everybody, maybe if you're looking for this book and you don't have it, there's a lot of 101s in the chat already. So good job, everybody that has it already. But if you don't, give it some time. I think you'll be able to find it at a pretty awesome, good price. All white cover. Good luck with that. Ryan Stegman just upping his game on this title in this series, and this cover is probably one of the best ones for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Okay, so Marty, you're up next, dude. What do we got to start off the real list of the top 10, number 10 tonight? What do we got, Marty?
This is interesting. So we've got number 10 brings you Sensational She-Hulk number 1. This is their Mirka and Dolfo New Champions, published by Marvel in October of 2023. Spider-Boy made a pretty big splash in the comic community when he debuted. Since his success, younger versions of our heroes have been sprouting up. We've had Maystorm and Liberty debut, as well as Phantasma in last week's top 10 lists. This week, we see Hulkette's first cover appearance gain popularity. She'll be featured for the first time in Spider-Boy number 13, releasing on November 27th. Fans of the character are stocking up as we wait for her incredible debut. We tracked 21 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 4%, with a high sale of $40 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $29. Okay.
Ooh, $29 for a raw. This is still sticking around, Marty. Still sticking around a little bit. And it's just her first cover appearance. So when she comes out, when it's her actual debut, Marty, let me ask you and everybody else in the chat. Everybody's, all the homeboys, all the homegirls watching now, watching on the rewind. What's going to be the book? Is it going to be this book or the actual first full appearance when that comes out? What do you think?
That's a really good question, man. And I tell you what, I was actually thinking about that, and I was kind of looking at both those covers actually recently. And I'm going to tell you, man, I'm not a big fan of this one, but it would not surprise me. So I'm going to go with the other, man, the latter.
I agree. I find it very interesting that it's covers of a first appearance of a character who doesn't quite technically exist, right?
Right,
Hasn't had
exactly.
the first appearance yet, like in comics, in the actual interiors of a book. It's just a cover. They've done this a few times, like you were saying.
Mhm.
Phasma. There's been things like with Spider Gwen.
Right.
You know, this has been coming, kind of a trend or something that we kind of seen coming back every so often of a new character popping up on a cover, not in the book, for a while. Like her first appearance is coming up later. So it's really interesting to see what it is that our friends and our collectors and everybody out there in the community, which one are they going after when it comes out? That's going to be interesting. And what are they willing to pay? Like, what's the deal? Like, what exactly is going to happen with that? So
drop a comment, man. Yeah, drop a comment. You know, that's a good question though, Gabe. You know, so let's hear from you guys. What do you guys think that this would do? You think this cover?
Dr. Yo-Yo thinks it's this book. It'll be this book, you think?
Yeah, but also Dr. Yo-Yo, he also dislikes candy corn, so I don't go off anything he says anymore, you know? So I'm just going to leave it at that.
You got to judge your people somehow, right? If it's going to be
I have to.
They like and don't like. Yeah.
You know, you can judge a lot by the person and what candy they eat, right? So there you go. I'm leaving it at that. No, much love to you, brother. Much love, man.
So I wonder, from what my experience is, and usually these are things that kind of happen, like normally it happens kind of close to one another, or it's the same thing, right? Like it's a first appearance and then they show up on the cover, but now it's kind of the opposite where it's on the cover and then the first appearance comes. So we're going to have to kind of see, again, we're going to see what happens. Which one is everybody after? I'm more of a fan of it being, I'm an interior person, right? I'm a story over cover kind of collector, kind of reader, right? Yeah. So I will always go for a first appearance of what happens in the book, what matters continuity-wise in the book itself. So we're going to have to see what happens, right?
Why not? Why not?
This cover has candy corn covers. Maybe that's why we like it so much.
Maybe.
You know? All right. All right. So that's number 9. Sensational She-Hulk numero uno. This is the Marca Andolfo new champions variant, first appearance of a character that doesn't quite exist yet. It's almost like an ultra scan, you know, if you think about it, or an ultrasound. First picture, something that's not yet born.
Right.
$40.
Ultrasound,
yeah, man.
Yeah, $40, not, right?
Is the top price for that book right now.
That's some speculation there. As we know, man. You know, anything other than that would just you wouldn't be doing it justice, and that's okay. You know, but for it to go at a 40 right now at an aftermarket for a spec book, man, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, who knows? Right? This might be a character that just bombs. No one cares about. You'll never see her again.
Right.
You know, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. So next up, number 9. Look at this bad boy here.
Yes.
Oh man, this is.
I tell you what, man. I was very fortunate, and I have this coming my way.
Oh, do you? Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So good old Marty was on top of his game and got Alien Romulus number 1.
Yes.
The Bjorn Barnens, the 1 in 25 variant. This came out just the other week, October 2024. Fans of the Alien horror series have been treated to a great movie this year. It was awesome. I loved it. The last 15 minutes is weird, but Alien Romulus debuted to mostly favorable reviews this past August. The film was a commercial hit, grossing over $350 million worldwide. It quickly became the second highest grossing film of the franchise. 2 months after it was released in theaters, this story got a spin-off in the form of a one-shot comic book. It looks like that was the right move because fans are chasing after this 1 in 25 ratio cover of the set, making the book a highly collectible cover less than a week after its debut. We tracked 29 copies sold. One of those was Marty.
Yeah.
At a 7-day growth trend of 22%. High sell, $46 for a near mint copy. And currently near mint raw is $41.
Oh, nice.
This is
not too bad.
I don't have this book. I haven't read it. I saw the movie. I love Aliens.
I love that series. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wonderful series from I mean, even at the Alien versus Predator stuff, that's kind of nonsensey. It's still at least fun. But I love this franchise so much, and this is just
I do too. Yeah,
this is a gnarly cover. I mean,
it's sick.
It's very. It has some of that good old H.R. Geiger kind of feel to it.
Yes, it does.
To it and all that great stuff. It's slimy. It's nasty.
Yeah,
it's gross, and it's awesome.
It is awesome. I tell you what, I really enjoy the whole Predator. I'm a big Predator fan. As a matter of fact, I have quite of a few 1/6 scales Predators from Sideshow that I collect. And I'm a big fan of the Predator franchise as well. And when they merged both of those franchises together, man, I tell you what, it was happy days for me, So and to see how Alien Romulus did so well, and they kept really true to the franchise, the history to that, and I loved how this really went out, and so I definitely love this, and I'm glad I was actually able to secure me one of these copies. So happy days for me, right?
Happy days, man. Did you get it for a good price?
I did, brother. I did. Not that price, that's for sure.
All right, there you go. You got to be smart about it sometimes, man.
Exactly,
you got to do what you got to do. Good for you, Marty. I guess there's a VHS of this coming out, which is pretty cool. Good luck.
Did you say VHS? Did you say VHS?
You remember that stuff, Marty?
I do remember VHS. Yeah. I still own VHS, as a matter of fact, okay. And I have I have the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS, and I have the original Back to the Future. Indiana Jones. I still have all of those, man, that I've had since I first started collecting VHSs back then.
I think I just have a handful just from that I just still kept around. Like I know I have the first Batman on VHS, The Matrix, maybe a couple of things. I don't have a VCR though.
Oh, you have to have a VCR, man. It's just what you gotta get a VCR. Even if you don't use it, you just gotta get one, man. Just to say, I got a VCR, so.
They are pricey, Marty. So is a CRT TV. Those things are not cheap.
Yeah.
Those are not cheap.
Man. No,
sir. All right. All right. So number 9 on the list, good old Alien Romulus #1. Top sell $46. $46 for a raw dog is the top price for that.
I know, man. I know. Someone wanted it.
Somebody's after it, man. They love what you collect what you love, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming up next, number 8, Marty. I know you love this cover. What do we got? Going on?
Yes. Anyways, Absolute Batman #1, Javier Fernandez, 2024 New York Comic Con, the Comic Corner, 3rd printing, Akira homage sketch, limited to 2,000, published by DC in November 2024. Absolute Batman has taken the DC fans by storm. The whole Absolute universe has been highly anticipated, and it has now arrived in multiple variant covers. This book might be an awesome exclusive grab for those who are caught up in all the covers. This was a 2024 New York Comic Con exclusive, and it was limited to only 1,000 copies. It has been the latest trending cover for this great book as fans try to grab one of the copies off the aftermarket. We tracked 71 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 100%, with a high sale of $150 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mint raw price of $78. Now, I've seen this selling on multiple platforms, KRS Comics and all of that selling and everything. And I tell you what, man, this is a beautiful cover. I love the black and white, and I love how the red stands out. I'm not a big fan typically of sketch covers, and I think I've said that many of times. But I really like this, man. This really stands out to me, and I love how it's well done too. And
what's standing out to me about this is that this is a 3rd print. So these folks have gone through 3 printings of this. I'm sure there's different covers or something like that or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Comic Corner. I mean, if they're doing it, where they got a 3rd print. I didn't even know you could do extra printings of your own exclusives. So interesting. That's cool.
Yeah,
that works.
That works. I mean, I've read Absolute Batman, and I enjoy the storyline personally. And I really looking forward to see what the rest of the series is going to be like. I believe it's a 4 series initial series, and I wonder if they're going to continue on if the series actually does really good. If people seem to like it and there's a more of a high demand on it.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. I also actually enjoyed too Absolute Wonder Woman. I read that, really enjoyed that. It wasn't as good as Absolute Batman. It's a kind of a different, interesting concept because you've got Diana. She's Princess of Hell and stuff. And if you haven't read it, it's very interesting. But next one is Absolute Superman, right? So look forward to that.
Thanks. Yeah. Is it this week? I think it's this Wednesday. No, it's next week. I think next week is Superman.
Oh yeah, I believe it's next week.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I haven't read Ultimate Absolute Wonder Woman yet. I have it. I just haven't gone around to it, but I'm looking forward to that. All right,
just go in with it with an open mind.
Well, that's the idea of
it's
the
a different
Absolute
twist.
Universe.
Yeah,
that's the idea of the Absolute Universe. Same idea that the Ultimate Universe was when they started that, like in 2000, was here is you can step into this new world, no continuity, baggage, stuff like that. So, and it's Kelly Thompson. We're talking about Absolute Wonder Woman. We'll probably talk a little bit more about that later. But it's Kelly Thompson. She's awesome. Like I like the stuff she does. So word up to her on that one. Number 8, Absolute Batman #1. This is the Javier Fernandez Akira homage variant. This is a 3rd printing of this bad boy through the Comic Corner, limited to 2,000 copies. 9.8 for $150 for that bad boy.
Yeah.
All right, number 7. This is an interesting one. This is fun too. We talked about this last week. This is Wolverine #1, the 2024 New York Comic Con Magic the Gathering edition. So this is a holdover from New York Comic Con. I think that might be one of the very few. We already talked about a couple already, but yeah. So
that was the one we just talked about, the Absolute Batman, and then I think that was it. Yeah, so 2 so far on the list.
Another one we'll be talking about later in the show as well.
Okay,
but yeah, so New York Comic Con, still kind of feeling some of the reverberations and the effects of that. Crossover fans of Magic and Marvel, you guys can rejoice. At the New York Comic Con announcement of Magic's Secret Lair Marvel Drop, the heroes of the Marvel Universe join the immensely popular TCG. A free promotional comic in a poly bag with a trading card was given away to showcase the new set. With the Marvel drop going live next Monday, this exclusive card is burning up on the aftermarket. Okay. Fans of comic books and fans of Magic cards alike are hunting down this promotional collectible. We tracked 28 copies sold, 7-day growth of 118%. High sell? Hold on to your socks, everybody. High sell $300 for a near mint copy. But current near mint raw is $130.
$130. And this, wow. I had no idea this was even, on the list. I had no idea. I've never seen this. But, once again, it brings together Magic the Gathering with Wolverine and the other character. Yep. And so there you go. You've got a recipe for a very, very good collectible for many, especially Magic the Gathering. We know how much a lot of their cards go up in price. They're just as big as Pokemon, right?
If not bigger. I mean, yeah. I would say Pokemon is bigger because a lot of little kids are into Pokemon. Magic is really for people who play. There's some serious people that play Magic.
Yeah.
With Pokemon, sure, there's some serious players, but I think it's a lot of kids who just like having the cards too.
Yeah, just more of a collection thing, I guess, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that with this is like I said, it's a crossover, right? If you're a comic book fan, you might be into it. But I think it's probably the Magic the Gathering collectors that are just they need the promotional card for the new set. Maybe this is a good card. I'm not up on current Magic and what's a good card, what kind of attributes really matter in
Yeah.
today's gameplay and whatnot. But I think it's probably Magic people. It's the same with years ago when DC was doing the Fortnite coupons or the Fortnite codes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then
I
those
remember
things
that.
blew up, and every soccer mom came into comic
Yeah.
book for it.
Yeah.
Like the Fortnite players came, so this is one of those things that it just kind of pulls people out of the woodwork who aren't typically comic
Sure.
book people.
Yeah,
Because this is
sure.
now we're stepping in a little bit into their territory. Kind of like when they did like I
Right.
remember when they did like those like shoe variants.
Yeah,
they did
yeah.
At one point, so again, it's 1 foot in one collectible
Right.
community, another foot in the other collectible community.
Right.
So it's people coming out of everywhere to get this book. It looks
And,
like.
and anytime you do anytime you do crossovers like this, even DC of Marvel have done crossovers too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen it in many different things too. So you have, especially when you have a great crossover like Magic the Gathering, who has tons of a following, right? So there you go. Once again,
Yes, sir. All right, number 7. Talking about Wolverine #1, New York Comic Con Magic the Gathering edition. Top sell $300 for a raw dog, baby.
Yep.
That's right. Hit it raw, $300 if you want this Wolverine #1 and that card. All right, we're coming up on number 6, Marty. What do we got?
Oh yes. I can't remember if I got this or not, dude, but this is a gorgeous cover, and I got to go back. I don't want to lie, you know what I mean? I've got to give myself proof of life first, man. Hopefully that was on my my pull list, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
anyways, number 6 brings you Absolute Wonder Woman #1, the Dan Panosian. Yep. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. 1-in-25 ratio, published by DC in October of 2024. Dan Panosian blew this cover out of the water. In this version of Wonder Woman, Diana is still an Amazon descendant, but is raised in hell. Panosian does a beautiful job of capturing the beauty of the Amazonian warrior while also showing her harsher upbringing as she wields her massive sword. Cover A of this book is trending higher, but the cover of the 1-in-25 ratio is not so far behind. We track 62 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 39%, with a high sale of $50 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $45. Wow. This is a absolutely beautiful cover. And I think I pronounce his name 3 different times, 3 different ways, just to be sure. Okay. Just so you know. What do you think there, Gabe? You still with us?
Yeah, dude, I'm here. I pronounce it Dan Panosian.
Panosian. Doing it. Yeah.
Dude, and Dan, Dan's been on my radar back in the 90s. Like he was doing Rob Liefeld's Profit through Extreme. But,
Oh, yeah.
man, Homeboy has leveled up. Like his variants that have been coming out lately, especially for like these absolute lines, are incredible. Like I wanted this cover when I saw it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I want that cover.
Yes.
Oh, it's 1-in-25 variant. Never mind.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
I mean, look
this
how
is-
seductive this is, and I love that. I love the artwork on her too. She's got
Oh,
like
yeah.
a tattoo or ink, whatever's going on. Such a beautiful, seductive cover, man. It's just
It's her
really
eyes.
sexy.
Yeah,
Oh,
those blue eyes they're just really popping. Like they did a great job the coloring on this.
Absolutely.
Like this is a you can kind of see that it's a big sword, but this sword that she has is like
It's
Final
humongous,
Fantasy
man.
7.
Yeah.
It's a Final Fantasy 7 type sword for sure.
Yeah.
Big old
Yeah.
buster sword.
It's
I
a
love
huge
this cover. Yeah. If I found this, if it was like a reasonable price, I would have picked it up. But 1-in-25, like $25. Not for
Yeah.
me, not gonna happen. But we'll see if I can find it down the road. But man, Dan Panosian's really kicking butt, dude. Really
Beautiful,
kicking
man.
butt on this.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, Derek saying he does great interiors. Yeah, I love. I mean, this guy's just been just rolling in it lately. So good for him, man. A lot of some offers out there. So Javier, good luck. Good luck. Halloween Hillbilly. There's some offers out there. But
Yeah, good. Yeah.
stay tuned. We got 6 more issues to talk about. So we'll see. what we got. Oh, Brandon's in it. He confirmed. He was saying in the chat, I'm not sure if I have it.
Confirmed. Yeah.
Marty, I wasn't sure if I had this, but he's got it now, man.
He's got his. There we go.
Yep,
See,
yep.
Congratulations, Brandon. That was probably on your pull list, man. Hopefully it was on mine. And if I have it, I'll give you guys proof of life once I know myself. So, but I hope I got such a sexy cover, man. Just for the cover alone. Yeah. I know I definitely have like the first one, the cover A, because I went and got it anyways. I enjoyed the story. You know, the story line was interesting, so I went ahead and just picked it up along with Absolute Batman.
All right, so that's number 6. Absolute Wonder Woman number 1, the Dan Panosian 1 in 25 variant, $50 raw
50.
for this bad boy. $50. Number 5, Marty, you're up, bud.
All right, yeah, okay, you're up, brother.
You're like 2 of us, yeah. All right, number 5. All right, we got another Absolute Batman number 1. Javier Fernandez, 2024 New York Comic Con, Comic Corner. I almost said corn, like candy corn.
Candy corn. Love me some candy corn there, Chris.
Candy corn. This is the Akira homage. This one's limited to 1,000 from DC Comics. Came out New York Comic Con. Akira homage covers are a favorite among collectors. So are sketch covers, and Absolute Batman has been a high priority item on collectors' lists. Pull all these things together, and you have a highly desired sketch cover coming out next month. This book is so hot that the pre-orders are going off on the aftermarket nearly a month before it debuts. This is definitely a cover to keep an eye on. We tracked 36 copies sold. As a 7-day growth of 38%. High sell, $450.
Wow.
For a CGC 9A copy. And current near mint raw, $220.
Wow. That is so so interesting, man, because this is a book that has yet to been released, right? And we're already seeing high sales with a CGC 9.8 for $452, man. And this is organic. This is organic, right? No movie. It's based on a new universe. It's a different Batman. These are different characters, different life. You know, I mean, I don't know if you've read it yet, Gabe, but I mean, Alfred is a whole different character in Absolute Batman, right?
Yeah, Alfred's awesome in it for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, this is it's very interesting, but this is organic, and we're seeing organic sales to this, if that's anything.
Yeah, and I'm surprised because there's so many. That's the thing is with these like retailer exclusives, everybody and their mom, if you have like a diamond account or whatever, you could do exclusives. That this is the one that is just flying off the charts. This is the one everybody's after. $450+ for CGC 9.8. I mean, this is the one everybody's after. Like people are paying the big bucks for this bad boy right here.
Yeah,
this is the one.
Yeah.
So hey, it's interesting to see again what the one that kind of curdles up to the top of things, and it's the Akira cover.
It's a beautiful cover, man. I mean, I along with that black and white cover, man, I really enjoyed this. I mean, it's really simplistic too, if you look at it.
It's just him, the bike, some shadows,
sure,
some ground kind of breakage.
That's it, man. Very simple, man. Very simple, but it says 1,000 things at once, right?
It's touching people. That sounded bad, but you know, it's
don't touch me, Gabe. Please do not touch me. Okay.
Yeah, only in the bathing suit areas. But obviously, this is having an impact. Like this is getting collectors going. So good on this book.
Good for you, man.
That has this. Yeah,
absolutely.
I wish I had it. I'd flip this bad boy in a second. That's for sure. All right, so we're halfway through the show, everybody. So here's your time. Hit that like button, hit that sub, tell your friends, tell your mom I said, yo, what up? And let people know about the show. Bring them all in. More the more the merrier in the chat for everybody.
And we do appreciate you guys joining us. If you're joining us on live, we really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come up and join us, hang out, listen to us, just, run our mouths, right? And we do really appreciate you guys supporting us as well. And if you're watching us on the rewind, we do also love that you guys do that. Don't forget to hit the like and share. It helps with the algorithm. Thumbs ups, always helps as well. So we do appreciate it.
And hey, we're just here talking about what we love the most, and that's comic books.
That's comics, yeah. That
brings us all together. So, with that said, Marty, we're going to number 4, baby. We are cruising. Started late.
Cruising.
We're making this work. We're on number 4. What do we got for number 4, bud?
Yes, number 4. Once again, this is a beautiful cover. You know what? I didn't pick this one up. Even though it's a nice cover, it wasn't for me. But anyways, number 4 brings you Absolute Wonder Woman number 1. This is the Hayden Sherman regular cover, published by DC in October of 2024. Here comes another addition to the Absolute universe. Wonder Woman flies in strong as she debuts her addition to this new storyline. Just as Absolute Batman was trending when it first debuted, Wonder Woman also leaves her mark with cover A. This version of Wonder Woman was taken from the Amazons and given to Cirque to Raise in Hell. An interesting take on this new dark timeline that is captivating DC fans. We tracked 150 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 195% with a high sale of $20 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $10. So, anyways, love the storyline. I don't believe I picked this one out. This was just not my favorite cover of them all. But nevertheless, it is a cover A, and I typically have these on my pull list. So I don't know, but not my favorite cover of them all. What do you think there, Gabe? You still with us?
I was on mute. But yeah, I have this one. I got this cover, and I got the Jim Lee cover because it's Jim Lee. Of course, it's a really good Jim Lee cover. Like that one is. Dan Panosian is really kicking sand in Jim Lee's face because his is a much better.
Absolutely.
But the Jim Lee one is also great. I don't care so much about the Absolute Batman Jim Lee, but the one he did for Wonder Woman, he's an awesome Wonder Woman artist.
Dude, you got to anything Jim Lee, man. I'm gonna snatch up, especially if he makes his mark on anything with a new universe, a new character like this, man. And he's always great. Has always great work to look at. However, I feel like lately it's been kind of lazy. I don't know if you feel that way or not, but
that's what I didn't like about the Batman one. It was mainly shadows, and I was like, I don't know, Jim. I love you, bud, but there's a lot of shadows on there. Not for me.
Yeah.
But this one's great. I love this one. Like it's what I really like and what I really am paying attention to and what I'm looking at, because I'm an art guy and I'm an art process guy, is just the cityscape below Wonder Woman, the 3-point perspective with all of that really shines to me. I know we're supposed to be focusing on the figure in the foreground, but I like backgrounds. I like seeing buildings being done, rooftops, perspective. 3-point perspective is a bear. So that all comes together really good. This looks nice. I need to read it. I just haven't had the time, but I need to get around to reading this next time I'm on the toilet or something.
Yeah. Good read on the toilet, right?
Yeah. So Absolute Wonder Woman number 1. This is the regular A cover by Hayden Sherman. $20 for a raw copy of this bad boy.
Already, man. $20 already, dude.
We'll see what happens. We'll see if this is going to run the gamut like Batman is, or is Superman going to come up and kind of just push his way through because everybody loves Superman. We'll see about that coming up. So
I read the preview of Absolute Superman, and it is. I think I'm gonna like it. I really do. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm a lapsed reader. Like I don't really read the mainstream stuff much anymore. It just hasn't appealed to me a lot. So this kind of stuff, the Ultimate stuff, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimates, and all that fun stuff, absolute. This kind of out of mainline continuity, new beginnings, big writers. Like Kelly Thompson's awesome. I love her work. So I'm into that kind of stuff, and I'm ready for
I
it.
really enjoyed. I don't know if you read the series, the Injustice series. If you're looking for like a whole different perspective on superheroes in a different universe, the Injustice series, man, they had like first 2, 3, I think up to 3 or 4 volumes, man. But those were great reads. I really enjoyed those.
Yeah, the video game is fun too. The fighting game. So
yeah.
All right. So Absolute Wonder Woman #1 is number 4. Coming up next, number 3. And look at that bad boy.
Look at that.
Number 3. This is Spawn number 357. The Peach Momoko 2024 New York Comic Con. Spectro Comics. Signed by Todd McFarlane, limited to 500. Momoko is arguably one of the most popular cover artists of recent years. This cover was an exclusive that was sold at New York Comic Con, and there was a lot of action surrounding this book, and apparently fights. Is this the book with the fights? I don't know. Who cares? The biggest news came. Oh, okay. I am right. Next sentence. The biggest news came from reported altercations in the line leading up to the release time of the book. Whether you fought a fellow fan or waited in line for hours, the first to grab these books nabbed them for a steal, because this book is now skyrocketing. This is going into the stratosphere of the aftermarket. Tracked 55 copies sold, 7-day growth of 26%. High sell, $500 for a CGC 9.8 copy, and current near mint raw $289.
That's wow. That's a wow right there. Yeah. You
and
know,
this is a little bit of a crossover too, I would say. Not in the fact of it being like comic books and magic cards, but you got Spawn. So there's some hardcore Spawn collectors. Those Spawn collectors, they got deep pockets, or they are in super debt, whatever it is. Spawn people will buy everything Spawn. And then you got Peach Momoko people who at the same time will also spend a lot of money for Peach Momoko stuff, and will drop kick people from the top rope, apparently. For
obviously, right?
As well. Yeah. So.
I mean, you're right. And me personally, Peach Momoko, beautiful, looks gorgeous, but I'm not, that's not my style of art that I like. You know what I mean? But she's very, very popular. So obviously that, just like you said, Gabe, that alone, she's going to have a cult following with her. And then, of course, then Spawn. I'm a Spawn collector, but I mean, I don't have every issue of the series, and I'm such a completionist that I want to get those. You know what I mean? So I'm slowly trying to build into those fillers into my copy.
Yeah, good luck, man. Because
my collection
past like 200, 150. 150, 200. Like after that, like you're looking at like $60 at least for some of those books. There's some very low print run stuff that for a while Spawn was just a pull list book for a lot of people, or a lot of extra Spawns. It's just people. Most of those books are buried away in somebody's collection somewhere, So like those Eric Larson issues, and Eric Larson was writing and drawing it for a little bit. Those bad boys are pricey, so. Yeah, if you're into Spawn, good luck, man. Good luck. Michael Baker doing some live fact checking and helping me out. Spawn 202 through 250 are the lowest print runs. Yeah, so those are the bad boys right there.
Yep, there we go.
Same. Speaking of Eric Larson, if you're a Savage Dragon collector, good luck. That stuff is hardcore as well. So, and I'm a Savage Dragon guy, so I got a lot.
Are you really?
Yeah, I've been piecing that stuff together a little bit myself. So those ones I get all the covers for, just because I know it's going to be a time. It's going to be crazy. Those are going to be impossible to find. So I get all the covers for Savage Dragon going forward.
True. I'll have to go through my collection, man, because I think I have like a few of them. I'll send you some pictures, man. Let me know if you have them or not.
Yeah.
I'm not a big, Savage Dragon collector, but I know I have a few in my collection somewhere. But yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
you got
man.
some of those. I think same with Spawn, like somewhere around like. Well, I think it's a little bit less with like after 100 for Savage Dragon. It gets harder and harder to find. Those things are like ghost town mirage books.
Really,
You know. Yeah.
really, wow. Okay, interesting.
All right. So number 3, we're in the home stretch, bro. Home stretch. Number
Here we
two.
go.
Number 2 coming up. What do we got, Marty?
Oh, once again, yes. Number 2 brings you Absolute Batman number 1. This is the Nick Dragotta regular cover, published by DC, October 2024. Absolute Batman has been on the top list ever since its debut. It may have tapered off to make room for New York Comic Con variants, but it's back. The original cover A is trending once more. The other Absolute Batman variants have fallen off the top 10 lists, but this one is still selling strong in the aftermarket. In fact, it's bringing along a few new variants that are trending below. We tracked 186 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 6%, with a high sale of $30 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $25. Okay, I can see it. I mean, once again, we have something that's organic. It's a new character to a new universe. I think, this going back to cover A. I love cover A. Just like what you talked about. Preferably, I think you said you prefer this one over the Jim Lee one, right?
Absolutely. The Jim Lee one just didn't do it for me, and I'm a Jim Lee mark. But
yeah,
this is awesome. This is a great cover. This is a great book. Forget the cover. It's a standard dude standing there kind of cover, whatever.
Yeah.
But the idea that this is this new universe created by like a dying dark side. There's only one issue, so they, you get a lot of hints and things are going on, like about possibly Killer Croc. You get a Joker in here. That's a totally different Joker.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's one of those things where if you don't like it because it's different, that's the reason I like it. And that's the reason that people are going after this, because it's different. It's a new version of Batman. It's Bruce Wayne, but it's not him with a bunch of money. It's him like working a bunch of like blue collar jobs. This power lift. This dude is just huge. Like this guy is like, I thought I was kind of big. Like this is massive Batman. This is Batman on some creatine and some TRT and just deadlifting like crazy. So this is hard.
And it stays on the path of him being like, a very intelligent, smart guy, really well educated engineer. He's well built in martial arts, Brazilian jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. I think that's what they mentioned him using and stuff. And so it's a different character. And then some of his suits, like if on his cowl, he's able to take his the ears off and they use them as a knife. So it's an interesting take. But besides that, I mean, guys, you look at it, man. We always see a different Batman anytime there's a new Batman movie that comes out. You have a different take on Batman, whether you're reading it in a comic book or you're reading it, or seeing it on a movie or a television show. That it's always a different take on Batman.
And that's always fun. There's always a different take. There's always like an Elseworlds kind of thing. Batman Beyond, like that's the only character that people feel comfortable being like the predecessor to Bruce Wayne as Batman.
Yeah.
Terry McGinnis. But man, it's a fun book, new universe. It's a chance to get on the ground room or the ground floor of something new and exciting. So all great fun stuff here with this book for sure. For sure.
For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, Marty. Here we are.
Yeah.
Number 1. We made it through the whole list today.
Yeah.
On the Bro Show. So number 1.
Look at this cover. First of all, let me just say, look at this cover, right?
You can hardly see them nipples.
Yes, absolutely, man.
All right. Number 1. This is Vampirella. Wow. 672. This is the Will Jack 2024 New York Comic Con, the Comic Mint / KRS Comics Virgin, limited to 500 copies from Dynamite. Vampirella is a top-selling, sexy cover character. Most of the time, she's portrayed in her red sling suit, but artist Will Jack has brought in a modern touch. For the 2024 New York Comic Con, Jack illustrated the voluptuous vampire in a skin-tight, see-through I Love New York shirt. The book started off slow with a phenomenal Virgin variant selling for around $75. This past week, this book has gone off the rails and has shot up in value all the way to 200 bones.
Wow.
With only 500 copies floating around, is this just the beginning of an upward trend? Who knows? New York Comic Con exclusive definitely took off, to everyone's surprise. With that said, 41 copies sold, 7-day growth of 78%. High sell, $200 for a Near Mint Plus copy, and current Near Mint Raw price is $170.
Wow. Let's just say, okay, Will Jack's amazing, right? And this cover is just, it's breathtaking. It's mind-blowing at that. And wow. Gorgeous, gorgeous cover, right? So what can you say about it? But honestly, I think it's more than also Vampirella collectors that went for this, because if you look at the character Vampirella, you would not know this is Vampirella unless you look inside the book, right? Because this is just a typical very sexy cover that most men like. And so
this is a generic hot chick cover for the most part.
Right. So that's going to bring in more people that want to buy it just for the cover alone, without them knowing who the character is. But nevertheless, it's a gorgeous cover. But I think the sales, wow, yeah, crazy, 200 raw, man.
That's a lot of money for basically
for a cover. A cover, you're talking about a modern cover, man.
It's a modern cover, and like you said, this. If you just showed this to somebody, nobody's gonna think it's Vampirella.
No,
random,
exactly.
like OnlyFans kind of chick or whatever the case might be. I mean, there was like a little bat on her shirt.
Yeah.
Or
there's no bat. There's a heart. Yeah. I
or
mean,
even maybe the undies was red and it had like the Vampirella symbol on it, or whatever. Maybe.
Or maybe show a fang or something. You know what I mean? Maybe a fang.
Yeah.
Or just give me a fang or something.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's obviously like sexy chick covers are selling with a limited print at Comic-Con. I've never read a Vampirella book just because I'm just not into like hot chick book. I know it's more than like a hot chick book, but it's considered like a hot chick book. It's like,
well, yeah, it is.
For Zombie Tramp, things like that. Like,
right.
Not for me. Not the original stuff that was like the Vampirella, like Neil Adams stuff from the early 70s, like the magazine.
Yeah. Right. The magazines ones.
I might check them out, but like,
yeah. And here's the thing too, man. They, that this was back when it first came out, man, in the 60s, right? This was a very well sought after book. I mean, people loved Vampirella, the character. Then come the 80s, man. They do this terrible rendition of Vampirella in a movie, man. And it just totally was like, what the heck?
The photo one? Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know what the hell I was watching, man. But if you want a fun laugh for the night, I mean, I check it out, man. Check out the Vampirella movie from the 80s, man. So yeah, I don't know. I like the old ones, like those worn publishing magazines, right?
Yeah. The Warren stuff, or the Harris stuff. Harris stuff in like the 90s, like when Jimmy Palmiotti was working on it. They even did like a revamp where I don't think there's ever been like a popular Vampirella like series. Like I don't know anybody who reads it, anybody who's kind of like into like the Vampirella like lore, but they try to like revamp her like 5-6 years ago as being like a detective, and they gave her like a trench coat that they just covered her up. Like come on, like you can't cover up Vampirella the same way you can't cover up Power Girl and things like that, right? So
right.
You know, shout out to all the Vampirella fans out there. If you're a Vampirella fan, let us know. I don't know anybody that's like that reads the books. I don't know any storylines. I'm very ignorant of this kind of corner of the comic book universe. So,
yeah, I'm a huge collector of Vampirella, man, and I of course I have the first and the last one, and a few in between of the Warren Publishing. What's up, buddy? Hold on a second.
I know that Vampirella #1 was Tim's like white whale of a book.
Yeah.
That's what
it is, man.
Yeah,
it absolutely is, man. But storyline that's for people, but honestly, people will get it for a great cover, man. That's just like the Red Sonja series, man. Right now, I mean, there are some good reads in there, but a lot of people go for the covers and the variants, man, because there are some great artists. If you look at every issue of Red Sonja or Vampirella that ever comes out, even now, there's like 10 or 15 variants attached to that, and some from different LCSs, man, or different companies that you never hear of. This variant, that variant, and then the mainstream ones like KRS and the Comic Mint and all that. So,
or they got like cosplay covers. They always got some cosplay chick.
Oh yeah,
Vampirella or Red Sonja covers.
Yeah. So myself, I'm a big fan of the covers of Red Sonja and Vampirella. So, as far as the reads, mediocre reads at best.
Yeah, it's it happens. It is what it is. But with that said, that is it for the show, everybody. Yeah, we did it, man. We made it work. Things kind of happened a little late today. Old school Lord Longbox style. Whatever, start like 20 minutes later because we were just chatting in the back for too long. But anyways, Marty, with that said, man, let's go ahead and let's end the night. Let's get everybody back to their normal days. Any final words, my friend?
Hey, thank you for joining us, Gabe. You did an awesome job, brother. Lady Laura, she's out where at Disneyland.
Happiest place on earth, man. She's at Disneyland.
Yep, Disneyland. So she's out there. If you see how, hell, man, take a picture with her, post it on IG or something if you see her out there. But she'll, I believe is she going to be back Thursday, Gabe? Did she say anything about that?
I haven't said anything to me.
Okay.
So I don't.
Well, hopefully she was. But nevertheless, thanks for joining us. Be safe. Thursday is Halloween. So please be safe. Enjoy yourselves. If you're going to go to a costume party, drink responsibly. If you're taking your kids out trick-or-treating, make sure you have flashlights. Make sure you have the safety requirements that you need out there. And watch your kids. Please watch your kids. So nevertheless, enjoy yourself. Happy Halloween. Happy All Hallows Eve, happy Samhain, all of that.
Day of the Dead, Day of the Muertos.
Day of the Dead.
Make it happen.
So, thank you so much for joining us as always.
Everybody, again, my final sound off. Thanks for everybody for showing up. You could have been anywhere, but you guys decided to share a little bit of your life with us. We're sharing it together here, talking about the greatest things on earth, which is comic books with two middle-aged bald dudes who like to reminisce about the good old days. And I used to buy comic books off the spinner rack at the supermarket.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Everybody be safe. Have a great day. We'll see everybody on Thursday. So let's roll out of here.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.